Welcome Sumos! If you've been enjoying the content recently, please smash that like button and consider subscribing as it helps the channel grow. As my friend the Watcher would say, corporate script over. Let's get on with the video. Today I'll be reviewing a Casio G-Shock, a first for the channel. Watch reference GA-2100-1A1ER. This watch goes by many names on the internet and watch circles, of which the most popular is Casio, and I may be referring to it by this name in the video. Shout out to my cousin Midas who let me review this watch from his personal collection. So why Casio? Well, as soon as the watch was released onto the market in August of 2019, the watch became an instant hit, with many commentators and owners likening it to the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. Similar to the timeless Genta-inspired Royal Oak, the G-Shock boasts an octagonal case shape which has connected well with consumers because this watch is sold out pretty much everywhere. As soon as the watch dropped, it was going for a premium on the used market. People were trying to make some quick cash, and because of the huge demand and ultimately small initial release, buyers were actually paying double retail for it. Thankfully, almost a year on, the watch is more readily available and can be purchased for about £100 here in the United Kingdom. You may have to sign up to Casio's newsletter to be notified of a batch drop if you're after the triple black version in this video. The watch can be had in a few different colours, but by far the most popular is this model. It's also available in a more sensible black and grey version as well as an all red version. I've seen a few other colours, so make sure you have a good look around before deciding on which is best for you. So I'm going to start off with the dimensions of the watch and then later discuss some of the more functions on the insanely long spec sheet. The case diameter measures in at a not so insignificant 45.5mm, so not a small watch on paper. On the wrist, however, for whatever reason, the watch wears a treat and fits my 7 3/4 inch wrist nicely. The lug to lug distance is 48.5mm, so will be comfortable on most wrists. This watch is the thinnest ever G-Shock in Casio's lineup, with a case thickness of just 11.8mm. Dare I say, this could slip under the watch of a dress shirt sleeve like you would a Royal Oak. The watch case and strap are made from resin, meaning the G weighs only 51 grams, so not only durable but lightweight as well. Looking at the watch face, and you have some text engraved onto the octagonal bezel. Going clockwise in capitals, you have G-Shock at the 12 o'clock, followed by light, start, protection, mode, and adjust. On the dial itself, just below the 12 o'clock hour marker, you have G-Shock Casio written in grey text. To the right of that, at the 3 o'clock, you have WR20 bar, which means the watch is 200 meters water resistant. Directly underneath that, you have the digital display window in which you can toggle through various functions of the watch. Midas has it set to show the month and date on the top section and seconds on the bottom section. You have DST, which stands for daylight saving time, and HND written to the right of the digital display. Immediately below the digital display, you have mute, alarm, and signal. At the 9 o'clock position, you have a secondary dial which is engraved and shows the day of the week. Turning the watch over, and the first thing you notice is the quick release spring bars which make changing the rubber band very easy. In between that, you have 4 metal screws which hold down the case back. Engraved at the top, you have Casio followed by the module number and watch reference. Just a quick tip, in case you ever wanted to know what the model number of your Casio was, it is always the number inside the rectangular box on the back of the watch. On the bottom, you have Japan movement ED, cased in Thailand, ST steelback, and below that, what I believe is the watch's unique serial number. Please correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. In the center, you have CG and carbon core guard in block capitals engraved. This is perhaps one of the main talking points of this G-Shock. Casio have developed this new core guard that is carbon reinforced, which protects the movement inside. You can see it immediately to the sides of the case back. This is essentially a second line of defense along with the G-Shock's already shock resistant design. It protects the watch from damage, knocks, and vibrations. Okay, so as promised, I wanted to go over some of the functionality you get from this GA-2100. According to the G-Shock website, the watch is 200 meters ISO water resistant with an accuracy rating of minus to plus 15 seconds per month and a battery life of approximately 3 years. It boasts an auto calendar function which, once set, always displays the correct date, capability to set 5 daily alarms, and some more traditional Casio features such as a stopwatch countdown timer function and illumination of the digital display module. One thing that impresses me of this newer generation of G-Shocks is the technology used by the brand. During the course of my research for this video, I came across a few of these technologies. For example, this watch has a hand shift function, which essentially means with the push of a button, then the minute and hour hands move away from the LCD display screen to permit free visibility. It is low temperature resistant and has world time functionality. What this means is the watch can display the current time in major cities and specific areas around the world. So what does this all mean then? Well, in my videos I try to cover a few areas when reviewing a watch. First, how is the fit and finish? Does the watch look good and what are the proportions? This watch unilaterally passes the stress test. As we've come to expect, being a G-Shock, this watch is very well made, and with the addition of the new carbon core guard gets a 10 out of 10 from me in the durability department. In terms of looks, the Casio seems to have won over the hearts of most people who have come across it. I have seen non-G-Shock guys buying into the brand for the first time with the release of this watch. It seems to appeal to a large audience base, which I believe a lot of it's down to its sharp looks. I think the proportions work well and will be fine for most people. Unlike traditional models from the brand, I believe this smaller, more compact offering from G-Shock has reinvigorated the market, and there seems to be a real buzz around G-Shock again that I haven't seen since the early noughties. Another area I try to cover in my reviews is the impact the watch has, both on myself and the market, as well as value proposition. Let's start with the latter. This watch retails for £100 here in the United Kingdom and even cheaper in other parts of the world where the taxes on goods aren't so high. For the insane spec lists of functions you get from the Casio, this watch is a steal. I don't think very many people will be unsatisfied with their purchase. The watch has had a real impact on me and my cousin Midas. Midas is a dress watch man and me a diver watch guy. For us both to agree on a watch is rare, so this G-Shock is special. I'll leave you with a few comparison shots of the G-Shock against a few other familiar watches. In conclusion, all I can say is this watch is a solid purchase. If you are thinking of buying one, just go for it. I think it's a real steal at £100. Thank you very much for watching Sumos. Please subscribe and like if you enjoy the videos, as it helps with the channel's visibility on YouTube.